So it finally arrived. I have been waiting for this for a while now. This is the JOYTOY Warhammer Horus Heresy, the Leviathan Dreadnought, with the iconic melter lance and the storm cannon. I did not expect this box will be that huge. This is like probably the biggest item from JOYTOY that I've ever received, and I could not wait to open this figure. So this is actually quite a heavy box as well. I remember some viewers previously asked me, why don't you get the Redemptor Dreadnought? And this is the reason why, because I know sooner or later they're going to release this Leviathan Dreadnought. So that is why I don't want to spend the money on the Redemptor Dreadnought, because this Dreadnought looks much better than the other one, right? So I believe this is money well spent, consider I have a limited budget, so this is the right one to get. I cannot wait to open this. Let's open it. Right, so this platform remind me of the Battle of the Stars series. Remember the JOYTOY own series, Battle of the Stars? They have the Fear number 2, or number 4, couldn't remember now. So I haven't seen this for a while now, and I can't wait to open this. Let me see how to take this out. Oh, okay, just take it like that, easy. All right, okay. Three, 2, 1. Ta-da! All right, let's take it out from the box. All right. Wow, this is really big. Okay, take it out like that. Pretty well protected. Alright, let's put that here for now. Alright, so this is really well protected. So they got the foam in between the hands and the body, so it doesn't scratch each other. And also got this protective piece of plastic in the middle. Alright, so this is what it is. This is actually very heavy. Oh god, this is really heavy. Alright, and I just put it here for now. This one definitely looks much better than the Redemptor Dreadnought. Look at that, that is really cool. Alright, let's have a look at the size comparison first with the Praetor and the Fafnir Ren of the Imperial Fist. So you can see the size comparison here, and I think it is roughly twice the height of a Fafnir figure or the Praetor figure. So that looks pretty impressive, isn't it? Look at the size. And then compared with other Imperial Fist, Space Marines, and also the Terminator, you can really see the scales comparison of this. Look at that. The Dreadnought looks really big, and the Terminator is a little bit better because it's a little bit bigger, and the Chaplain as well. Alright, so that is the size between them. I really love the Redemptor Dreadnought anyway, and the Leviathan Dreadnought looks really good as well. Somehow when you put these two together, looks like this one is a little bit smaller because the Redemptor is a bit bulkier, but this one got more curves, I guess. It's more curvy. And then compared to the Chaos 40k Hellbrute, obviously the Leviathan is bigger, much bigger. Alright. And then comparing to my scratch build Land Raider. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have the review of the Land Raider when the channel reaches 5k, and then I will release a detailed review on my Land Raider. And this is the biggest Land Raider Pro tiers on YouTube as well. Alright, so please subscribe and give me a bit of support. I work very hard to make the Land Raider. Alright. My first impression of this figure, it looks really good for sure, isn't it? The Leviathan Dreadnought is probably the best looking Dreadnought out of all the 30k and 40k Dreadnoughts. And as I mentioned before, this is actually very heavy. So I think the painting is good, but not high level for the weapons. So let's have a look at the weapons. So on this Dreadnought, it got the ranged weapon. So we have the Storm Cannon and the iconic Melter Lance. So this is the detail of the Storm Cannon. This is a one big plastic piece, right? So there's no playable features on it, just one big molding. And I think the painting is reasonable. I won't say it's pretty good because you can see the white highlighting on the black colors. They're not really well painted. yeah, for a big figure, that is okay. That is kind of a level you expected on this big toy figure. The metallic color was painted really nicely, so it's a dark metallic color with a silver highlighting on it, so it looks really good. So you can see the bottom of that detail, and then you can see the barrel here as well, all painted in dark metallic color with the gold color here as well. So everything's painted precisely, but you know, it's just one big gun, right? The good thing is it got all the details. It got the rivet or the bolts, so it's really big, but we got small details on it. Doesn't look too bad at all, so that's nice. And then the next one, we look at the cyclonic melter lens. It is a rapid cycling melter cannon, firing faster with more powerful shots than a standard multi-melter. So basically, you can see they got the holes in the nozzle, and then this is the side details of it. This pipe is actually soft plastic pipe. It is painted red, but it doesn't have any shadowing or highlighting on the red. And then you got a bit of silver highlighting on the metallic gunmetal color, and a bit of there as well. Gray highlighting on the edge of the black. You see, this is really rough job they have done, so a bit in pieces here. And also they got this kind of like exhaust vents here, but it doesn't have any black color on it. But they also put a bit of white highlighting on the edge, but again you can see that's really rough, really roughly painted. But the good thing is at least they put the rivet, the silver color on the rivet, which is good. And so that's pretty much what it is, just really basic, one big chunk of plastic. No play features, nothing really special. And yep, that's how it looks like at the bottom. And also in the middle of the body, you can see there are two built-in heavy framer. So these two can move, you can actually rotate a little bit. If you move the body up, right, you can rotate a little bit more. Like that, yep. So that looks okay, the detail looks okay. Again, and you can see all these holes, right? Supposed to be painted black, but they did not do that. So it's just really general painting, isn't it? Like, it's just no highlighting on that as well. Yeah, even the holes, it's just just metallic color. It should be black or something. And then on top of the figure as well, so you got a I believe this is a smoked launcher. And at first I thought that you can move, you can actually kind of like tilt up and stuff like that, but it's just it doesn't really do anything. I wish it got some kind of play features if possible, at least that you can move it up. And also you can see the highlighting is really rough, right? So this is white, this is gray, right? So you can see the painting just really not that great. And this is the back of the launcher. Pretty ordinary details, so no highlighting on the gunmetal this time at the back. Anyway, so this is what it is for all the weapons. So let's have a look at the details. So on the torso looks really good. You can see the sculpt, make it looks really interesting. But on this figure, these two, the joints are flush, and this one, unfortunately, it actually stick out a little bit, you see, on the edge. So it wasn't installed, perfectly. So this, you can see the gap there. So, which is kind of like bad for a expensive figure like this, right? And got these like rivets or screws on the body. Looks really good. So this Warhammer design looks really cool. And you can see the head, right? So the head, basically you cannot really able to take it out. First I thought you can take some of these parts off, right? So you can get direct access to the head, but you cannot really. And actually the material used on the head, it feels like soft plastic, because when you press on it, you can actually compress it, right? So it's, as you can see here, so interesting. I've never seen the soft plastic being used on the head of a figure. Definitely something different, never seen before. And it's got the metallic green lens on the eyes. Yep, just no wash on the recess lines. Just a very standardly painted head. Nothing really special. And all the details around the halo here, or whatever it's called, just got basic painting, no highlighting, no black wash. They did have a black kind of a line in between the gap here, and also on top you can see they put in the white highlighting on the edge. Also there as well, white highlighting on the edge. At least good thing is they paint all the bolts or rivets, and also the highlighting on the edge. They're pretty rough as well, not really precise. So on that side as well, yep, there there. And then they also miss a highlighting on the edge here. They did highlighting there, but none there, right? So probably because there's a black, band here, so they did not bother to do that, right? Although details on the body looks, reasonable, not, 100%, but it's good enough. See the black dots around the body, yep. And so I have to clean it, or actually I don't think I can clean it at all. No wash or black wash or brown wash around the raised edges here. And then on the arm, so this is the shoulder. You can see the inside detail, all painted in metallic color, and also got some internal details as well. Not bad, at least they put some details there as well. And then this is shoulder. Also you can see the painting. My god, that's just really rough. And but at least got other colors in it together. At least they put the highlighting on the gunmetal gray a little bit, not much though. Yep, and bit of details there. Yep, and the arm detail here, not bad. All right, and have a look the other one, right? Yep, just the same shoulder, nothing really special. The front, the waist, you can see there's some details there. The lower ref as well. It wasn't really painted nicely. Some of the edges are missing the green, some of them are too much. Yeah, so you see it's actually really rough painting on this figure. And on the legs, again, the highlighting on the edge, on the raised edges, on the black, really rough. And back as well, a bit of details. And look at that, that's just really rough, highlighting. Just, really rough. Everything's really rough. And also the foot, looks alright. And also they did paint the bottom, the rivet at the bottom as well. Yep, and then got these like details at the foot pieces. Not bad. So details at the back, all you can see the black, and the metallic gray. Yep, and also metallic gray there as well. And also it got a bit of glue marks here. So you see, so that means if you look at the figure closely, you realize that the paintings are really, really rough. If you look far away, of course it looks good. It looks impressive. It's not as good as what you think when you come to finishes. The good thing is they did put in some of the shadows. You can see, this is the Imperial Fist yellow color, but they did put in some of the, highlighting or the orange color. But this is not as strong as a typical figure, right? So this is really, really weak, but it's not very strong. So if they put a little bit more, I think the figure looks a little bit better for sure. And now, in terms of articulation, the articulation of this figure, obviously, this is a bulky figure. You don't expect articulation would be very good. So head, at least, you can see the head. You can actually rotate it really well. You can rotate, right? You can rotate pretty well. You can tilt up, tilt sideways a little bit. Yep. So you got, the standard articulation on the head. That's good. Nothing can move on the body, but as I mentioned before, the heavy framer can move around, and on the shoulder you can rotate like that. You see, you cannot rotate much, otherwise you'll crash with the torso here, torso piece. You can actually like do this, and also you can actually tilt up as well, like that. Not bad. And then you got the bicep rotation. You can rotate a lot. The only thing is stop it rotate 360 is the body parts here, right? And the elbow, you can rotate that much. Okay, not bad. For the other one with the storm cannon, so all these parts is the same. The rotation for the cannon, yep, very similar to the other one. You can rotate pretty well as well. See, pretty good. Yep, very good. So I'm actually trying if I can actually pull this out, so I could exchange it with another hand. But it seems like you cannot really do that. So it seems like JOYTOY did not allow such, exchangeable hands, joint for the future. In mid torso, you can actually, move up and down. Not bad. And you can do a bit of ab crunch. Yep, not bad. Yep, look up. Good. You can look up. And then it also got the side tilt movement. Not bad for a big figure like this. And then it actually got a big ball joint on the waist, so you can actually rotate. Yep, 360. And then it can also tilt up and down a bit. Not able to do much on the sideway because of this piece hitting on the legs here, right? And on the hip joint, it is pretty good. This is a fully rotatable ball joint, and it can move really well. So that's pretty good. And it can, you know, kick up high, not an issue. You can just push it to the limit, whatever you like to do, right? Like that. Yeah. The knee joint, like that. Knee joint's pretty good. And this piece, you can actually move up and down as well, which is pretty good. So it's fixable. So you can cover the big gap if you like, so make it looks better, right? So that's pretty impressive. And the ankle, you can actually move up and down a bit and tilt quite a lot as well, pretty good. And then all this toe joint are actually quite, you know, loose. I think it means to be like that, you know. I think the JOYTOY designed it that way, right? I think unlike the Dreadnought, right? The previous Dreadnought, like this one, you know, like this is on a click action, right? Which I actually prefer. This one, yes and no though. I think some kind of clicking would be good, but without that, that doesn't really matter either. So I think the articulation of the hip joint definitely better than the previous figures such as this Dreadnought here, right? So this is like an actual movement like this, or you have to push out like that, right? So you need to separate the action into two. But this one, just perfect, right? It's a ball joint. But on this one, it looks very easy, right? You see? It's just so easy to deal with, right? So that's what I like about this, articulation. In the conclusion, whether this is a must-get in my opinion or not, it really depends on you. For example, for me, I've been collecting the 30k Imperial Fist figure, so that is why to me I think it's a must-get. This figure is not cheap, but considering the playability and the finishes, you know, I just don't think this figure really reasonable in terms of the pricing. But you know, in terms of the look and the massiveness, then it is definitely a must-get. This Dreadnought definitely is a great display on your shelf, and it is really, really good to take photos of it as well. It is a great looking figure, not because JOYTOY did a good job, because Warhammer design of this Dreadnought is really, really good. Another reason I am indecisive whether this Dreadnought is must-get or not is because I have something to compare. So I have the Redemptor Dreadnought for comparison. The Redemptor Dreadnought is similar size and they are the same price as well. But the Redemptor Dreadnought got more play features. You know, you can actually do this. You know, you can have the fingers, you know, movable fingers, and you can actually pull, you know, the gun off, you know, and stuff like that. And the finishes is much better than that. They're the same price, and this Dreadnought is much better. And that is why I'm kind of like looking at this. I was like, unless the price is a little bit cheaper, maybe 10% cheaper than that. And so this is my opinion, you know, based on a direct comparison between, you know, the two Dreadnoughts that, you know, JOYTOY made. Nothing more. So if you ask me what kind of score I'll give it, if it is out of 10, to be honest, I'll just say 7. Because I think the painting and finishes are not that great, you know, not many play features, but it definitely is a really good looking figure. Articulation is reasonable for a bulky figure, and it is very pricey. So my conclusion is yes and no. You know, if you're not collecting the army, just don't bother with it. That's all. That's what I think. Now comes to the end of this video, and I hope you like this video. Please give me a like to support the channel. Your like is very important to keep the channel going, to, you know, provide you entertainment for free. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.